July 11th, 2026. Dear Relaxed Me. Do you ever get the chance to use your weekend as a time to relax? For 2 days, you get to do all the activities you like to do instead of the things you have to do. For me, my weekend typically looks like cleaning up from the previous week and preparing for the next week. I have my routine. I get up, I get dressed, I strip my bedding, I grab all the towels out of the bathrooms, I prepare for laundry. I usually have about 4 loads. Towels first, bedding second, husband's laundry, my laundry. In my head, it makes me feel good to be able to just get it done. Saturday, for the longest time, has been my laundry day. Every once in a while, the day shifts when I have things that take precedence, but my friends can count on me to know that Saturday is my laundry day. Sunday is usually my day for prepping for the week. Groceries, schedules, who's doing what where. Again, you can set your clock to me. I am pretty religious with my schedule. Today, I got up and I fed the dogs. I did the kitchen responsibilities. I loaded the wash machine. And then I sat down. My kid was busy today, so I said bye to my kid as he went to go enjoy himself. My husband helped me clean up the living room, and then he went to his office. And for once, I didn't feel this incessant need to do everything. Today, I laid on my couch, I watched TV, I took a nap, and I scrolled through my phone. Recently, as I scrolled through my phone on TikTok, which is where I'm usually at, I've gotten a lot of messages that have hit home. I've got a lot of messages about what it's like being a Virgo, what it's like being an eldest daughter, what it's like having a narcissist in your life, and the messages speak to me in different ways. A lot of the times, it's just nice to see that people understand the things that I've been through. One of the posts I saw recently asked what was one of the worst things your parents have ever said to you. And for me, that memory came back so quickly and easily because I've heard so many. See, when I was 16, I had a crush on a boy. Absolutely adored him. Wanted to date him. Longtime crush. Grew up friends. And I'd written him a letter. And somehow, my mother had found the letter. She'd read it, and then she'd given it to my dad or told my dad about it. And they both decided they were going to have a conversation with me about it one night. And the conversation wasn't really a conversation, so to speak, as I didn't really get to talk to them about what I was thinking and what I was feeling. It was more of them telling me the things that they thought I should know. Like, he would never like me. His family would never accept me. I would never be good enough for him. Those are the words I heard from my parent at 16. And then it caused me to think a little bit more about the time my mother looked me in my face and told me that she loved me because she has to get to heaven. And a lot of the times people hear that and think, oh, she must have been joking. Except my mom never told me she loved me otherwise. Anytime she mentioned loving me, it was because the Bible said she had to get to heaven. Years later, my mom came back and said, I found out I have to like you too. You would think that thinking about things like this would send me into a tizzy. I would get wrapped up in my head. I would get really sad and depressed. But lately, I've learned to just accept it. I'm learning to just recognize the things that have happened and how far I've come from them. I was talking to a friend today, and we were discussing what would turn him on or turn him off, and we were discussing if he could be seduced. And his answers were all typical answers for him. And I was asking, for clarification on just how to interact. And he said that the one thing that would turn him off was a heavy drinker or smoker. I am neither. I have never been either. I do not enjoy throwing up, and I do not enjoy smoking. And I stated that I would hope if I was doing either of them, he would sit down and say something to me. He would be concerned. And he stated that he would not be concerned because those aren't things you do out of depression. Those are things you do as a choice, which I thought was interesting because they are both still out of character for me. And when I heard her response, the first thing I did was get annoyed because what I was hearing was that he did not care about me. I hear that a lot when people talk to me. And then I continued to hear him out. And in hearing him out, I recognized I wasn't hearing that at all. That was growth for me. To be able to acknowledge that maybe I was hearing things differently than what they were being said. I told him I thought I was getting into my head and that I was reading into what he was saying and hearing that he doesn't care about me. That was big for me. That's a huge step for me to acknowledge, hey, this is not what they're saying to you. So, in my moment of clarification, I asked him a question. I'd asked if he would do me a favor. I asked that when he notices I go down this path, because I do often where I instantly compare myself, I instantly decide someone doesn't care or love me, if he would check in to see if I'm hearing what he's saying or am I hearing something different. I recognize that sometimes when I have conversations with them, I don't always hear what they're saying, but I hear what trauma has taught me. And then it's having to remind myself of the positive. They love me. They care about me. They want the best for me. And not only those things, but their history with me is consistent to those facts. They've consistently shown me that they indeed care about me and the things that I need and the things that I want to accomplish. They always have my back. And in today's lesson that I had, it caused me to be relaxed. It was nice knowing that for once, I can say no to the product of my trauma. I could hear something, recognize what I was hearing, and say, wait, that's not true. I could tell myself that it's not true and just settle in that moment when, no, that's not only not true, it's quite the opposite. Being able to do that gave me the chance to relax today. I didn't have to do everything I usually do in the order that I do it in. I got to just be. Some people will ask you what's the difference between surviving trauma and healing through trauma. And for me, for years, I've been surviving it. I've been doing just what is necessary to live. Healing, to me, is recognizing that doesn't have the same effect anymore. Yes, to my mother, the Bible says she has to love me so she can get to heaven, so that's why she loves me. To others, I am just worth loving. Healing means that I can put myself out there to be loved and accept that I'm worthy of it. Surviving says people love me because they have to, because they need to for some reason. I grew up believing that I wasn't enough, that I wasn't good enough, that, again, I would never make someone happy. And all of the actions that I have put forth with many of my relationships state that. I always feel like I have to do the most to impress them. But I don't. If they truly want me in their life, if they truly care, I don't. They get to love me because I am me, not because of all the things that I could accomplish and do for them. As I do these daily journals and I reflect on what I've learned in life, what I was taught in life, I recognize I've come a long way. I still struggle with mental health, and it's still a daily fight sometimes to make it through the day. But I find that more often than not recently, I'm okay. I thought surely without therapy, I was going to disintegrate. I wasn't going to make it. It was going to be really bad, but I'm doing okay. I thought I would have a hard time having these conversations, but I'm doing okay. I'm starting to recognize that I can give myself credit for the things that I've actually accomplished, the things that I've actually made it through. It's not perfect. It doesn't always look perfect. It doesn't even always look great, but it still counts. Today I was nice to myself. I corrected myself, and instead of beating myself up for it, I relaxed. Today I gave myself the grace I give to everybody else. Today, I just let myself be. And for those of you who don't have to have the schedules or have everything aligned, I am jealous of you. I wish that there were days that I could just wake up and go with the flow. I'm working on it. I'm working on getting back to the girl that I enjoyed, the girl that I loved. She was smart, and she was beautiful, and she was confident. She was courageous. She was strong. She was outgoing, and she was funny, oftentimes silly, always hungry, hyper. If you know, you know the third H. I miss her. And every now and again, I see peeks of her, and it makes me smile because I know that she's still there. She hasn't been completely erased. She could acknowledge that she's made choices in her life that she's not proud of. She could acknowledge that where things are now aren't where she wants to be. And she could work towards something new. She can remind herself, like she reminds you every night, that it's another page in the story. Every day, I get to write another page in the story. And not ever do I have to copy the story from the previous day. I get to write anew. I get to have new feelings. I get to have new thoughts. I get to start the process over. Every day, I get to take a slice of pie. I know how to take a slice of pie without eating the whole thing. I can take a slice of pie so that I can just enjoy it while I have it. Every day, I learn that it's okay for me to do more than just exist. It's okay for us to relax. Let our guard down a little bit. I'm not saying throw caution to the wind. I'm not saying let everybody into your world. Not everybody's safe, and we know that. But you should be safe for you. You should be a grounding point for you. And if you're still working on that, I'll hold space for you. I will cheer you on. I will celebrate your wins. I will talk you through your sadness. I will be your biggest fan. I will help you continually write the next page in your story. I can't wait to read your story. It's going to be amazing. And the reason it'll be amazing is because it's a story that only you can tell. No one shares our thoughts and our feelings and our reactions. We own those, which means our stories will always be different. No matter how much we were together on something, no matter how much it appears that we went through the same thing, our stories will always be different. My story won't look like my sisters or brothers. They won't look like my best friend. They won't look like my husbands or my kids. They won't look like my boyfriends. It'll be my story to tell when I'm ready to tell it. And right now, I'm enjoying every bit of writing page by page, day by day. So I hope that somewhere you are curled up with your journal and you're writing down what the day looks like for you and recognizing that it doesn't have to be the same as the day before. That as the author and the narrator of your story, it can change. I just need you to remember, today is another page in the story. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be written. And before you close your journal tonight, ask yourself, what was your slice of pie today? Until tomorrow, love you loud.